Today, we're going to talk about how to reach your goals. Every year, we sit down in the beginning of the year and create long term and short term goals. Some people create 3, 6, 12, 3 to 5 year goals. And in doing so, we are very optimistic and we are very hopeful and positive that we're going to actually obtain all of these goals and do everything that we need to do to make sure that we are successful in achieving all of these goals. And so, I have done this every year. I start the year off in my journal and I write down my goals. And some goals I have actually achieved without even me really going back and looking at the book until years later when I realized, oh yeah, this was one of my goals that I wrote down. But also, there are a lot of goals that I forgot about. I never go back and look at that page in my journal and say, okay, what are my 3 month goals? What are my 6 month goals? What are my 12-month goals? And what am I doing to actually get there? People teach us to set goals, but people forget to give us a work plan to actually get to achieving those goals. And so this year I decided that I was going to do something different. I was going to actually just create one goal for the month of January. And that goal for me was to get to New York and launch a business venture with a friend. And, the month was going by, and I'm like, okay, I have to get to New York. I have to get to New York. And I finally get there. I have a few business meetings with my friend, and we actually get started working on 2 huge projects that were something that we had been discussing for a few months. And I felt so successful. I felt so accomplished. I just had all of this positive endorphins and adrenaline running through my system. Like, oh my goodness, I completed my January goal. And so for February, I decided to create more goals, specifically to finish within that month. In creating those goals, I broke it down into professional goals, education goals, because I'm in finishing up law school, um, personal goals, as well as marital goals, because I'm also married. And so this really helped me sit down and say, okay, what can I physically and actually and realistically do within the next 4 weeks out of this month, and really achieve something that I need to kind of lead to my macro goal. And so these became my micro goals that really are my working plan that's going to get me to my macro goal, which I know what it is. It's always in my heart. It's my passion. It's my love and my desire. So that's something that's always going to be there. But I really needed help getting that working plan to make sure I got to that big macro goal in the time that I set out for myself. And so, in doing this, I felt so accomplished, so successful. So, I decided to share with friends and with family. And people also started seeing the success and the power behind creating micro or monthly goals. And so, I'm sharing this with everyone because I think creating micro goals, monthly goals, is so important to really being successful, being productive, and being happy. And so I call it 12 goals only because if you create one goal a month, you'll actually have achieved 12 goals. And although that doesn't sound, huge because your goals could be really small, they could be big for some people. You could actually be so much more progressive than you would have been if you created a 3 month or a 6 month or a 12-month goal and never went back to look at it. Creating a monthly goal puts enough pressure on you where you have some time to get things done, but not a lot of time to where things get left behind. And so, I'm sharing with everyone how powerful it can be to really sit down and take the time to make monthly goals, to sit down with your family, your friends, your partner, whoever you feel like you want to share your dreams with, and make these goals to get to where you need to get to. Being successful is not all in just one day waking up and having the brightest idea and turning around and you're rich. It really takes a lot of work. It takes time. It takes effort. It takes dedication. And creating goals allows you to be focused enough to make sure that you're going in the way that you want to go to get to your macro goal, your big goal, your major goal, your lifetime goal. And so, I just want people to be empowered by the knowledge of knowing that you can create goals, you can be successful, you can create working plans that get you to the next level. And in doing so, it's not something that you have to read a book to do. It's something that you really have to find within yourself the time and say, what it's going to make me happy. Some of my personal goals are, going to get a manicure, spending time with my friends or going out to dinner. Those are some of those goals that I know that I need to, achieve to be happy, to be successful, to be balanced. And so, it's important that you continue to focus on you and continue to stay focused on the things that matter to you to make sure that your 2014 is the best year yet, and that every year is the best year while you're still here on this earth, living and healthy, and doing the best that you can do. And so, for January, February, and March, I was just super productive, very happy. And some of my March goals became my April goals because they were really big. And they were goals that I needed to actually complete this last few months of law school, which are focusing on my assignments and taking time to study and doing all the things that I need to do to get to that last step. So, my goal is to really just start to connect with people out there to make sure that people are setting goals for themselves and not really feeling that as if it's too big or too much or something that they can't do themselves. That there are people out there who are busy, who are working, who are parents, who have so much going on, but they still have big dreams. And you don't want your dreams to be put to the side because you're busy or you're a parent and you feel like no one is there to help you or to listen. You still can make, even if it's a small amount of time, dedicate to yourself, to your dream, to your passion to get you to the next level. And in creating my goals, I also decided to start writing I am statements, in this self help, universal type of spiritual realm that's kind of being shared a lot. I am is such a powerful statement. And even in the religious Christian world, I am is a very, very powerful statement. And so I decided to start writing I am statements. I am debt free. I am powerful. I am kind. I'm loving. And allow the universe to kind of bring to me all of those things that I know that I am, that I think that I am, that I feel that I am, and that I really want to be. I am statements empower the universe to give you the things that you need, that you desire, to help get you to the next level. Saying I will or I can leaves so much room for things not to happen, and it leaves a lot of the power on you. But when you say things like I am statements allow the universe to put things in order and perspective and align to help you become the best you. And I think that's what's most important, that you're happy and you're healthy and you're becoming a better you. No one's perfect, and you want to be better tomorrow than you were today. And so in doing so, it's important that you set your goals, that you write down your I am statements, that you continue to be the best you that you can be, that you're happy with yourself and you're doing the things that make you the happiest. And so I hope sharing this with you, you'll feel empowered to create some monthly goals and see how it works. And, if it works for you, to continue to do that and share with others. Thank you. Have a good night.